Good morning.
Well, it is lovely to be in this moment with you guys. We can just let ourselves deepen into this moment. Into this very moment.
And we can bring all our thoughts to the light. There is nothing to plan or figure out in this moment. The world is still as we get still. When we go within, we may find the light within. There is a light in you that the universe longs to behold. The universe longs to behold the light in you. And we allow this light to shine. And you accept your worthiness of this light. When you step back, the light in you steps forward. So as we go within, the Holy Spirit helps us reinterpret everything. It's all about how we see. It's all about perception. Even disasters and hardship become light in true perception. Everything looked upon with vision falls gently into place, according to the laws brought to it by his calm and gentle, certain sight. The world will end in laughter and in lightness and in joy, because it was a place of sorrow. will no longer be when it is forgiven. Faith is powerful, mind is powerful, and when we put faith and belief in illusion, we make them real. And so they are gone when we take away our faith, when we recognize illusion as illusion. And if any one of you would like to put something on the altar, what would you like to put on the altar?
I can feel I'm in a very unforgiving place right now. So I think I would like to put that on the altar.
Okay, so we just be with that state for a moment. Is there something more particular around this unforgiveness?
Definitely believe that, that I was attacked yesterday, and it's very difficult for me to see it different.
You were in a situation that was calling for some divine clarity.
It's a situation that feels like a kind of a pattern between Peter and I. And it's just when anger comes up, and yeah, I think I get overwhelmed and afraid of Peter's anger.
You want to
And
put
also feels very injustice, very and unsafe.
so unsafety, anger.
Yeah.
Peter, put Peter on the altar too.
I think I get definitely frustrated when I perceive that there are things that I can't express or things I can't say without the anger coming up. It definitely feels like a pattern. It just feels like this stuck place after. It's like I can't forgive. Maybe I don't want to. In my mind, I just see this kind of equation between to forgive and to humiliate it or something.
So you don't want to see him sinless.
No.
You want him to be guilty.
I think, at least in the past, I've been very harsh on myself if I was in any situation like that, feeling that it was my fault. So I probably think that if I see him as innocent, then I forget him. I am to blame.
That's the ego's logic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you both are innocent. Especially you. But yeah,
Especially what?
yeah.
Really?
I mean, if you see yourself as innocent,
I don't think I do. I think the lack of forgiveness is for both of us. That's how it feels. It's for the whole situation. Like it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, keep thinking of time out, taking time out in those situations. And pray for your innocence.
I did go for a long walk, but it still feels like, just even speaking with him or being with him still this. I want to push him away. There's part of me that at least I want him to acknowledge that it was not just me fucking everything up.
You want him to acknowledge that he fucked everything up.
No, that he had a part of it in it or something. Yeah. Yeah, well, maybe I just wonder. Yeah, that's it. I want some kind of apology from him. And it ended up in something that I definitely feel is not okay. So that is something that I don't feel is okay. He does. And that's a part of me. I don't want to avoid speaking up, but I also don't want to end in that situation. So it just seems difficult.
So something happened that you don't even want to say. I did say it. I mean, here.
Oh, here.
So-
Yeah, that's it. Actually, I don't want to because I don't want. Oh, something comes up in my mind right now. It's back when I was a child. I didn't want to tell. Something happened between me and my sister. I didn't want to tell my parents because then she would be even more vicious after.
She would be what?
Even more vicious.
Oh,
She would definitely tell me off. And yeah.
yeah. So there are parts of it that you feel they're unjustified or not okay. Definitely not okay. And then there are parts of the conflict that you don't feel that about, that you feel maybe it's your fault. You know, that when there is guilt in the mind, there is always conflict. There's confusion and wanting to get rid of it and want it to lay on somebody else. And I mean, you have shared a lot in the past about belief in violence, for example, belief in vicious attack. So that feels like it's theme for you. That is your healing theme, to realize you cannot be attacked. What is it you defend?
That's where the humiliation comes up. It's like I feel if I can't be physically attacked, just seems like There's only humiliation left.
I think if you think you're a body, you also think you can be physically attacked and humiliated.
Mm.
But if you're spirit,
In a situation where there's a conflict, I definitely believe I'm a body then.
yeah. And maybe there was something you wanted from the external world, from the seeming external world that started off.
Mm.
You don't really need or want anything from a relationship.
And that's probably feels difficult because why am I in a relationship?
Yeah, probably for looking at all this.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I would believe it would be easier not.
Mhm. Yeah, it can be that idea, but you can't get away from your mind. The world is just a reflection of your mind, where you find yourself in time and space, and with whom is a direct reflection of where your mind is. And you cannot really skip any steps because of that. So you are exactly where you need to be, and in the situation you need to be, probably to transcend the belief in violence right now. So belief in violence and in anger and in attack.
There's also a belief that, I think I probably find him very stubborn and righteous and blaming and a lot of stuff that when in the situation,
Find yourself.
the conflict. Huh?
You found Peter that way. That's another belief, righteousness. So maybe it's sometimes to leave him to look at his righteousness.
Yeah, I get frustrated when he can't see it.
Yeah, I think he's aware. He's mentioned it sometimes when he expresses.
Right now, it just feels like I don't know how to. I don't know how to get out of this place, this unforgiving place, without compromising myself. Or maybe, I don't know, just give it time or willingness.
I think this is perfect, what you're doing, sharing. Feel is big. I love you. Everyone's including. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we see Jonas hand. We see Peter could perhaps just carry on with Peter since we're there.
Yeah.
Still,
Hi.
Peter.
I feel a sense of injustice or being a victim, listening to Solveig. Righteous, definitely.
How old are you? Is this a little boy's feeling?
Probably. Not feeling much. I can feel my body is, but I feel a bit upset. Started to feel really upset when you said that. Feel it deep. Felt like the last session, and Marie-Louise talked about being projected on, and that as soon as she said that, something started.
Yeah, we also were guided with her to see a time when she was quite young, something that was happening that time, and she has believed she has to defend herself ever since. So I feel something similar here with you, that you became righteous or defensive. It's okay to release the anger, transcend that anger. It's not really about Solveig, actually.
No. Well, I felt angry for the last 2-3 days. This rage, it doesn't seem, I mean, I can look at it, it doesn't seem to dissipate.
Who are you so angry at?
Being blamed.
No, from the past. Who are you so angry at?
My father, my mother, I think.
I think you need to go out in the woods and express it to the trees. It's always just showing that this is still there.
Yeah. There's feels like a deep injustice, being blamed for something. Like doesn't feel like it's anything to do with me. And
So what do you want to blame your father for?
not being there. I mean, we had to go and register our marriage. We didn't have to go. We went and registered 2 days ago. And it was a big library, beautiful place actually by the port. And there were these fathers. There was a group of fathers having a session together with their babies. And they were so in it. They weren't embarrassed at all about being there. They were just so present with these children. And it's almost beyond this. It was a kind of disbelief for me. And they were rocking the pram, but they were sitting down with the kids and all of that. And we ended up in the cafe, and then there was a dad with he was upstairs, he was downstairs with the child and feeding it. He was really attentive. And I suddenly felt very upset about that.
Upset about that?
Well, upset, I just recognized I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I just felt it was hard for me to believe.
You felt touched and...
Very touched, yeah. And I felt angry, but I could see then that I didn't want to have that. Didn't want didn't want to blame.
You can't hide these feelings.
Can you say that again?
But you can't hide these feelings.
No, and the rage. I've seen this a few times now. This rage is up. It's not going to go away. I can see that. It's very deep. It's not. Doesn't feel logical to the situation I am in with Solveig.
You know, everything is a reflection of your mind. So it's a beautiful state of mind that you saw this. You saw those loving, loving fathers.
Yeah. Yeah, they were gentle.
Yeah. Part of you is inviting that gentleness that you didn't have in the past. Thinking truth, so very, very, very gentle.
So what was the first bit you said?
In truth, the truth about you.
For the truth.
Yeah, truth about you is you're very, very gentle and attentive.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, yeah, that's a thing to say. Wow. Yeah, well, sometimes it doesn't feel like that's recognized, and recently it's felt like Solveig's been in a lot of stuff around her family, but it seems to go on, and doesn't seem like anything I can say would do can help. And then I start to get the feeling this is going to come round on me. And I can start to feel the irritation of being blamed and nothing's yet been said. And then here we go, we're going to end up in this place. And I even often say that.
Yeah. So the timeout practice is important for both of you. When you start to feel that, I do think it's helpful to create some space between you.
Yeah.
Because then it means both of you are in some pattern,
Yeah.
mirroring something.
I just come to believe that she wants to then blame me. That's how I experienced it. But it hasn't been happening for quite a while. And we've been able to really explore, share together. But this place then feels almost like she wants to provoke something.
Yeah, so whatever you're feeling, you can bring it to the Holy Spirit by, I think, going to the woods and giving it to the trees, can be helpful for you.
I just want to share something. I don't know if this is distraction or the thing. After the last session, I had all that deep kind of sobbing coming up. When I first had a memory of sexual abuse stuff with my father, I also had this idea that I kind of enjoyed something about it. Hard to admit that. And, it just felt like that was a way I got some love or attention or something. And it was very small, but I think there was something about that. And that feels confusing, probably a lot of guilt. Just needed to say that because it came into my mind. I did share it with Solvay after the last session, but I can't see the jumps from one thing to the other. It just came strongly into my mind.
Yeah.
I don't feel accepting of myself because I also do get really upset around this, what I think of as sexual abuse. It comes into my mind. And at the same time, there's another part, maybe felt like I was part of that. I was responsible, maybe. I colluded, I collaborated. That's what my mind wants to say.
And then you can take a breath and just let all that go.
I can feel I started to want to get upset, and then there's a part that says, maybe you're making this up, and then I don't want to let myself off. I don't want to, something like that.
Yeah, I think you're exposing experiences you've had, and thank you for doing that. Thank you for being transparent and yeah.
Yeah. I feel when you say that, that's it. You're saying that's it. That's enough. So
I do think it's helpful to give it over, to let it go. Yeah.
well, it was helpful to say that last bit.
Mhm.
It feels a bit separate from the other things, but it felt true, a lack of forgiveness in myself.
Mhm.
Even
Yeah,
if it's
as if you conclude that you shouldn't be forgiven because you were in on it, because you part of you
perhaps.
liked it, part of you were choosing it. Even you were saying, but
Yeah.
that can be a helpful standpoint to even see that you were choosing it, like you were choosing everything.
Ooh.
But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be forgiven.
Yeah.
You should
I
always
could- yeah, I can see that's helpful at the non-dual level that I chose it.
yeah.
But I don't think I got to that yet. I think this in unforgiving place is in preventing that.
Mhm. But the unforgiven place is unjustified.
Right. Yeah, I can see that the self-hatred and
Pardon is always justified. And wouldn't you forgive if you saw a young child experiencing what you have experienced? I mean, you need to be gentle here, Peter. And I think every time you have the rage coming up against something between you and Solveig, it can be a little signal in your mind to let go of the past. It's the past you're raging at.
yeah. I don't see it till I act it out a bit, till I get angry and then I can see it. I don't want to see it. I think that's true of both of us around anger. I think that's
Yeah, you both can practice that.
blocking place.
And even to have the vision of seeing it without needing to act out the anger.
Yeah.
You're ready for some new tools. We'll give you a new toolbox for how to be in the situation.
To be in one.
In those situations when you feel anger coming up,
Yeah.
you need some new tools. You can't say fuck off. You can't, of course, have any physical attack or any attack, but you can talk. So
Yeah.
I'll give you two new tools.
Well, the talking doesn't work.
Okay, well then it's the woods.
She goes on and on. It's just like.
Well, you guys have practiced a lot of dyads.
The dyad, they work generally, mostly,
Yeah.
like a lot
So
of the time. Yeah.
Be the thing to do, either dyads or go to the woods on your own. time out.
Yeah.
The old nasty tools need to be thrown out now.
Yeah, I can see that I don't want to feel this small child place.
Mhm.
And I do as well. I can see there's some possibility that way.
Yeah. Don't want to use anything rusty.
Did you say I was rusty?
The old tools are rusty.
The tools are rusty.
We days ago we went to the dump. We got rid of a whole van load of old rusty stuff.
Yeah. Heavy rust stuff. We felt very light afterwards.
We got thrown this big, like heavy metal rusty doors, like into this big dumpster. It's like so fun.
Yeah, I can feel like my body's rusty.
Well, thankfully, that's not who you are.
Mm. Thanks, it's been helpful.
Mm.
Yeah, I do feel fearful about facing it alone. I can see that fear of you going.
Mm. Yeah. Mm. You're never alone.
Mm.
And sometimes it's helpful to go to the
Yeah.
deep dark places, seemingly alone.
Yeah, I want to do that now. So.
Yeah, thanks to you both. We love you very much.
Mm-hmm.
If there's something else, anybody would like to bring in.
Wow, thank you so much for all those sharing. It seems that anger is in the air or around me. Yesterday, I had someone, a client that comes once in a while to see me and talk, and is going through something. So we had a session yesterday, and he sent me his intention. It was, I'd like to talk about anger and how to express it instead of repressing. I just went into I didn't want to do it. Like I felt stuck. I felt like I don't want to. I'm not a therapist. I don't want to go and talk, and so I decided to type anger in the Course in Miracles, and started reading it, and a little bit, not that much, and then we had an extraordinary session, and it was the anger as an inroad into what really hurt or is not forgiven, and and it was all for me as well. We stayed with the hurt, like feel, don't try and fix, just feel it in your belly. And at the end of sessions, he looks at me and said, this is so different, this to just stay in the hurt and not defending, not, you know, stay with it. And it's I was, how can I put it, I resisted, and then I thought, this is wrong, I'm, you know, I cannot do that. And Spirit just did it all.
You were really
So-
happy you took the session.
What?
Yeah, you realized how right it was to take that session.
Yes. And I had to adjust something, because when he arrived, I said, I don't want to do talk therapy. I'm not here for that, you know. So if you come and see me, this is, we're gonna, you know, it's more
Your connection is
than, and so
can't hear everything. I don't know. It's a low crackly connection.
my connection. Okay. Yeah, it's possible because I'm outside. So anyways, that's it. That's it. I wanted to, like, I had that, and I had a question for the next for next weekend and the new schedule. So you're gonna have your morning session is half an hour later, right?
Yeah, half an hour later, and it's just once a week on Saturdays.
Okay.
9 a.m. Spain time on Saturdays.
So okay. So it means it's so profound. It's so those sessions are, I don't want to, it's like I don't want to miss them. It's so helpful. And thank you so much.
Yeah, we feel that.
Yeah, maybe it's a good moment to announce the schedule for the new schedule.
Yeah.
Because it starts now this week.
Yeah, so starting this week, we're going to have a new schedule. We're going to have the evening sessions at 7:30 p.m. still on Thursday and Sunday. So that's the 2 nights, Thursday and Sunday. And then the morning session just one time a week at 9 a.m. Spain time on Saturday. So, and hopefully you all are getting the emails that we send that have this info in it too. But if you don't get the emails or see the emails, reach out to us and we can make sure that those are getting to you as well.
Yep. And we have 2 upcoming retreats. And this is also for everyone who listens on YouTube. We have a retreat here in Spain on the 24th to the 28th of November.
Yeah.
And
in South Africa, December 15th through the 21st in Cape Town.
Yeah, so just reach out to us if you're interested. We'd love to have you join us. And much love to you all.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining in.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Yeah. All right. See you soon.
Bye-bye. Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to donate, we use the same PayPal, paypal.me/Jenny and Barret.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great day and night.